Hello everyone, welcome back to Silverrun Forest. It's been a few in-game weeks since we were last here, and progress on the building of our new house area has been progressing nicely. As you can see in the top right corner there, our money has dropped considerably. That is because we've paid for supplies, and our team is currently up on the top of the hill building us a lovely new house. So today I am down here in the old skid steer because we are going to get on with another project that I did mention last time. That being, we are going to build ourselves a stationary wood chipper just down here. And we've got a few other things on the go as well, because we are planning on making some new fields in the not too distant future. Oh yes. Now, you might be wondering how and where that is going to happen. That will all become clear fairly soon. But first things first, we've got to get this cleared off. Get this tree out of the way and into the sawmill. Yeah, don't cut it in half. Just chop the bits off it we don't need. Okay, what's going to be the easiest way to get that in? I could probably give it a nudge with a skid steer maybe, we'll have a look at doing that. But let's get rid of the stump first. A little bit more. Why do I get the feeling I'm chopping the end of the tree? Ah, there we go. Stump is gone. Yeah, I may have mangled the end of the tree just a little bit there. Wasn't quite as intended, but hey ho. Okay, so we're going to need to give this a little bit of a nudge. Turn that around like that. Lovely. Oh, I could actually have used one of those little bits of deadwood to give it a push, maybe. Ah, that's fine. To push the deadwood out of the way too much. If I get that in there, and if I just chop it in half quick, we should be fine. I should hopefully be able to... Oh, of course, I cut that one just a tad bit too long, didn't I? Now let's grab this. There's that one. There we go. Little bit of deadwood. Manipulate it by hand. Lovely. Oh, drop a bit of deadwood. Now this is going to be going in the wood chipper once we've got it all built and installed. Ah, come on. Just want to make sure we get as much of it into the collection point as possible. There we go. Want this back down here because we'll probably need that in a minute. And let's chunk that in there. Another couple of 1,000 litres of wood for our delicious plank making facility, of which we have quite a few here. We've got a couple of 1,000 litres outside and another 13 pallets worth inside. Fantastic. Okay, let's get this little jobby here. And let's turn off the engine for a minute and have a look at build mode. See just exactly... Oh, in fact, what I forgot completely to mention, because we don't have the money at the moment, as you saw in the little intro clips, what we'd actually done towards the end of September was a couple of contracts. Yes, we did 2 tree transport contracts. At one point I figured out exactly how I'm supposed to use that grab as well, but we'll probably see that in action later on. But yeah, so we've got these 2 contracts to collect on, so we should get both of those. Those are done. And the whole reason we're getting this wood chipper is so we can do some deadwood contracts over the winter, in which we are actually going to take the deadwood. And we're going to bring it down here to our thing, and chop it into wood chips, and then sell it. In fact, let's check on the price system. Wood chips is best in February, sort of January, February time. And we are mid-October at the moment, so we'll have a bit of time to work on some of those contracts. I think our field is up next month in November as well. So we've got a fair bit of work coming up as winter progresses. And eggs, that's the other thing. We are looking at selling eggs in the not too distant future. Now those are going to be November, of course, but we've got 2.5 pallets at the moment, I think. So we should be able to get 3 full pallets of eggs by the time they hit peak price, which is going to be fantastic. So yeah, let's have a look at what we were going to do here. So we want productions, and we want to go along here to... Where is it now? Should be coming up in just a second. There we are. Stationary wood chipper. This beastie. Okay, now I'm going to get it for as little as possible. And the rain has started, how delightful. Now I could potentially flatten this ground off myself, maybe level it out a little bit and save ourselves a few $100s, but I'm not too concerned. Okay, if we pop it there, we'll get 24 years. Yeah. Let's see about what is snapping mode. There we go. Yeah, further out it gets, the more it's going to cost. So if we bring it back to about there, that's pretty good, I think. Plonk it down, and it has raised up the ground a bit, so we'll smooth that off, just for safety purposes. But I think that is good, it's not interfering with the other tree there, so that's fine. Okay, land escaping, soften, there we go. Yeah, let's just soften that bit off. Lovely, should be fine. Just so there's no sort of hard edges there when we come to try and load anything in. That should be good enough. Okay, well, since we are here with the skid steer, let's get this thing started and just push these little bits of wood back in over to the collection point, which should be around about there. Now, by all accounts, this thing does process at an astonishing rate, from what I understand, so we shouldn't need to wait too long for it. But let's see, make sure we get all the wood. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's cool. We got 4,000 litres of wood off of that. I think that was 2 to 3 trees. So that's not half bad. And of course we need to turn it on. There we go. And we should get... Oh, we're actually going to get bonus wood chips out of this. Okay, well that's glorious, that is. Let's activate it. And it... Crikey. And we're only at 5 times speed because I forgot to turn it back up. But that thing is honking along like nobody's business. Fantastic. Okay then, well, that will be good for us for in the not too distant future then, if we're going to get that many wood chips. I might actually have to invest in a new trailer, possibly. Or at the very least some upgrades on the current one that we've... Did I miss a bit there? Yeah, it's a little bit of a ridge there. Not to worry. But yeah, I think we can increase, put some sideboards on our current trailers, the back of the pickup truck and the trailer that matches it, and get them up to 8,000 a piece. But that thing has already, I mean, it's already processed that 4,000 litres, and we've got 12,000, almost 13,000 litres of wood chips already. So yeah, that's going to be very exciting. So what are we off to do next? Well, like I said, we are going to be making a field at some point. And in order to do that, we need to cut down a number of trees around here. Because I've decided that we're going to look at making some hillside fields now. And this is fairly gentle in terms of the incline. At least until we get sort of around to this side, when it gets a bit on the steep edge, yeah, sort of around here. But there is a particular harvester I'm also looking at getting into. Oh, there we go. Since we're in here with this thing, we can mangle that dangleberry tree. Lovely. Are there any more? I think that's one right there. Yeah, let's get that one too. I don't know the field will go down that far, but I think we are good there. Okay. But yes, there is a new potential harvester on the market that we may be able to get some action going on. But for now, I won't tell you what that is, because, you know, mysteries and such. No, it's a special harvester designed for hillsides and interesting hillside fields and stuff. It self-levels and all sorts. But it is quite expensive. So we may get a loan out for it or lease it with the intent to buy, or who knows, maybe we'll be able to get some hours, like some test hours on it in the beginning, something like that, just to see how it goes. But what we are going to have to do is clear out a lot of this hill. Oh, crikey. This thing's having a bit of a mare going down it. There we go. And there's another one. Now, if I was feeling really froggy, I could come in with a mower and actually mow and ted some of this stuff. But I don't think we are going to. Of course, the minute I turn it off, there's another danglewood tree. Smashing. I think that's all of them. But yeah, for the most part, we're going to do the sort of north face of this hill, get it set up as a field, and see how it goes. I think that was another one I just passed. We'll leave that one for now. Most of this is probably going to go, but certainly we're going to work on the face of the hill over here. So I'm going to spin my way down the hillside in the rain. Try not to park on the train tracks, because the last thing I want is to get battered by that as it goes by. And let's turn that off there. Let's start cutting down some trees. If I could unhitch myself from that. Got my chainsaw caught in a skid steer. It's always fun, isn't it? But I'll leave a bit of a stump on some of these so we can see exactly where they are. Oh, this is one of those. Is it? Oh, it's not too bad of a tree. Sometimes those ones have weird manky branches on them that you have to do individually. But we can pick that one up by hand, so that's good. Right, yeah, so we've got quite a few trees to go here, and I'm in two minds about what we're going to do with the wood. Part of me wants to take this wood and shove it in the, the sawmill. But part of me also wants to maybe take it and sell it, because we are going to need a lot of money for that harvester that I was talking about. So we shall have to see. Let's just throw this one over there as well, because we are getting to the point. If I look at the wood prices quick, prices for wood, there we go, wood. It's currently 1800 at the old sawmill, which is just up the road from us, and it's supposed to top out in November around 1900. So I mean, we're pretty much there already. And the old sawmill is just over the river that way. So we are in the perfect place for that. So yeah, well, in fact, let me just show you the harvester so we're not faffing around being all mysterious. It is, where is it? It's in here somewhere, I promise. Ah, this beastie. The Laverda Eco Leveling Pack. Now we would be looking at getting the Laverda M300 MCSLC. Now the cool thing about this is it has levelling technology built into it, so it will work specifically on the side of a hill. And we are looking at getting some very funky looking hillside fields, so that is going to be perfect for us if we can afford it, because it is quite expensive, and the header also is quite expensive, and it is only a 6.2 metre, which is a little bit bigger than I would like, but it's, you know, it's not too big. We can probably find a header trailer for that because it's only 6 metres, so it's not huge, which is good. But yeah, so that is what we are looking at getting, and why I'm pondering selling some of these trees off rather than just processing them into wood. Of course, the thing with that is if we do process them, we can have a massive great big sale on what's that stuff, planks, when we get to later in the year, or next year rather, which is when we would need to harvest that anyway. So in fact, let's check the price on planks quick, because we'll be able to hopefully make a bomb on wood chips, yeah, at least $1,000 1,000 litres, which will be pretty decent. Where are we? Planks. Yeah, June they come around at 2,600. I mean, they're actually Elm Creek's still 2,500 for the planks right now, so you know, we could always make a little bit off of that. Who knows? We shall see, because we want to get, what, 300,000? We've got at least 10,000 litres of planks, that would be $25,000. So, yeah, if the price like that stays, we could very well get some good prices on the planks. It all just depends. So, to save you all the boring thing of me cutting down these trees one after the other, what I shall do is do most of this off camera, I think, because we've got quite a lot of trees to cut down. And it's not the sort of thing we can really show as a, what do you call it, as like a time-lapse or anything. I mean, could do a time-lapse, but there'd be a lot of back and forwards, a lot of, you know, not the best content to try and watch as a time-lapse. You know, it's much easier doing field work, that sort of thing. But I did at least want you to see a little bit of what we're doing, what our plan is, and how we are going to deal with it. So obviously I'm going for all the small trees first. What I might actually do is bring the old trailer down here so we can put some of these onto it and just ferry them over that way. Yeah, we've got... In fact, I think I'll go and do that. I'll run over, grab the tractor with the wood trailer on it, and get cracking on these trees. And you might just see a little bit of me using the old grab now that I think I've figured out how to use it without tipping the tractor over every 5 seconds. It's not a tree, is it? That's a bush. Anyway, yes. So I shall see you all probably in late October or possibly even early November. We shall see exactly how that goes. It is now the beginning of the 4th week in October, and we've made some really good progress on that hill. As you saw from a couple of short clips there, we did get some trees off and get some stuff loaded and whatnot. Now we are currently over at the chickens because we are going to sell some eggs today. And not only are we going to sell some eggs, we are also going to sell some wood as well. I've been getting some things ready. We've been waiting for the prices to come up while I've been just fertling on the hillside there. Oops, that's not gone well. Okay. I'd already loaded a couple of pallets onto the back of the pickup previously. So we've just got this one now, which hopefully we can get in one piece. I'm not going to be able to do that in that view because I can see absolutely naffle. Okay, pop it down, back it up, lovely. And can I push it in just a bit more? Don't pick it up, push it in. There we go, that's what we wanted. And it stopped raining. How absolutely fantastic. Well, before I hop out of this, let's check on the prices quick. Prices of eggs are over 3 grand per 1,000. That is absolutely brilliant. So we're going to head down to the Sunnyside Cafe. I have to find where that is on the map in a second. And wood is currently at 1833 at the old sawmill. That is pretty good, I think. We'll take that. So let's find that cafe. Sunnyside Cafe. It's down here, I think. That's the flooring factory. Pets. I could just highlight it on the map. That would make things so much easier. Barrel factory. Art accessories. Vintage clothing. It's going to be around here somewhere, isn't it? Surely. There it is, Sunnyside Cafe. So we go down the main road. Yeah, we should be able to find that easily enough. Okay. Well, let's leave this here for now. And hop in the old pickup truck. Pop some straps over the old eggaroos. And hopefully we should be able to get out of here in one piece. Our oats are looking fantastic now. They should be ready to harvest in November. Okay, let's get down this hillside, hopefully without crushing the eggs. Oh, hello. That one pallet is not strapped down properly. I think it was not quite high enough to catch the strap that's in there. Okay, we'll have to be careful then. Very, very careful. He says most likely crashing into something and yeeting it into the river. But yes, just off to the left there you can see we've got a trailer load of wood ready to go and sell at the old sawmill. And like I say, we have made a lot of progress, as you can see from the significant lack of trees off to the left there. Yes, that's a little bit of a mishmash at the moment, because we did take the, what's that thing called, the forestry mulcher around and mangle some of the ground somewhat, just basically to get rid of some of the bushes and other... Oh, crumbs, I'm driving over my measuring stick. Yeah, just to clear out some of the large bushes and whatnot for the field when it's ready. And as you can see too, we've got another stack of wood lined up there ready to go. That should be going down to the sawmill next. So we'll get that first load taken off later on, once we've delivered these eggs, and then we'll get that other load loaded up and on. We might do that off camera after the show. After the episode has ended, we shall see how long we've been going. But yep, overall that hillside is looking quite good. Now I did do a little bit of smoothing on it as well, just to sort of iron out some of the particularly aggressive lumpy bumpy bits. But other than that, it is looking quite solid now. So, if I recall correctly, I turn at this one. It should be up here on the right somewhere. Let's have a quick look on the old map again. Oh yeah, it's that one right there. So it's not this turning, it's the next one. Actually, no. If we go up and turn right down this driveway, that takes us down to the back of the thing. Oh, we could have gone from there as well. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so this should be it. I'll just double check. Just to be sure. Sunnyside Cafe. Prices. Yeah, no, wrong button. Eggs. 3,017. I almost want to hang around and wait for that to go up a bit more. But we're here now, we're going to sell them, and we are going to make some money. So strap the lot, and they are selling, and they are selling well. Bosh. 12 grand. Well, that's not bad for 3 pallets of eggs. And considering we only have a fairly small chicken pen, that is quite good. I will take that 12 grand. And I will be quite happy with it. So yes, I'm going to drive back up to the camp, the farm, and get that tractor load of wood down to the old sawmill. I'll see you up there in just a second. Okay, so we are coming up to the sawmill now. Hopefully I don't go for a burn over that railroad track. That would be hilarious. Oh crikey, that almost went a bit wrong. Got a bit deep in the old mill pond there. Okay, so let's back this in. Unstrap everything. Hop out and press the button and see what we get. Now, I don't know how good this is going to be. It's been a while since we've actually sold wood here. So, let's have a look. Bosh. 20 grand. Okay, that's not terrible. I'll take that. It's not a bad price. Oh, and there's still some left that didn't sell. Okay. Sometimes that happens when you overload the trailers. They are a little bit outside of the trigger. So, yeah. 23 grand. Okay. Perfect. Well, that's not as bad as I thought. Well, let's head back over to the camp then. And see how... Actually, if we go this way... He says driving viciously through the woods. We can come back on the roadside, which is where we need to be anyway, to pick it up. And then you can see how remarkably barren the side of the hill looks now. I hadn't realised that it actually looked that bad from the road. But, surprisingly, it does. And you can see there, on the right, that is quite barren, that little nugget of hill. That has gone quite well though, I think. We've got it cleared off nicely, so we can make it into a field now. And what I'm also thinking of doing... Okay, so we can leave the trailer... What do we want the trailer? I think I'm going to place it... I think what I'm going to do is pop it this side, so as I don't have any issues with the train. Because knowing my luck, if I try and go in that little bit of space over there, it'll just go all horribly wrong. Okay, so I'll drop that off there. And come around here and start grabbing up this wood. And get this little lot over to the old sawmill. Okay, if I do the correct button, it's that one, lower that out. That way I can scoot these back towards the the pile just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that didn't really help, did it? Okay, there we go. Move this around. Fill that back up for now. Okay, in, open, turn. And down, and back, and down. And up, and forwards, and down. And open, and down, and out. Okay, let's try grasping some wood. Hopefully I can lift it. No. Down. Okay, grab it. And up. There we go. And let's get around to that trailer quick before the train comes and... Ooh, crumbs. Wheelie time. I'm glad I bought that front weight. Or weight to put on the front. I don't know if I ever mentioned that when we were collecting something the last time. I actually got that as a safety precaution for doing this very task. And I think ironically it turned out quite good. Okay, spin this around. It's going to get caught. I know it is. That's fine. We should be able to just finagle it in. Lovely. Okay, if I pull it this way slightly. And open her up. There we go. Lovely. Well, that worked out quite well, I think. Okay, so I'm going to load this up, and I shall see you back down at the sawmill, where we sell the next load. But I think I have got a fairly good hold on using this thing now. If I actually keep it lined up with the back of the thing, then it seems to work a little bit better, and we're not constantly trying to tip the tractor over. Oh dear. Of course I have to actually grab the wood in the first place, otherwise it does literally nothing. There we go. That's better. And round 2 of the logs. And we should hopefully get a decent amount for this as well. Now, something I did forget to mention was we've actually got quite a lot in the sawmill processing as well. Because the first thing I did was to actually load this up and then take some over to the sawmill. So let's have a quick look at that, see what we've got going. Yeah, we had over 50,000 litres of wood in our sawmill there, and that is processing away nicely. So we shall have some delicious planks to sell next year when the price is right, as they say. And now let us chuck all this load into the sawmill, the old sawmill, see what we get for it. And there's one left. 19 grand. There we go, give that a little bit of a tickle, and run back over here and sell that last one remaining stupid log that didn't move. And that's another 1900, or 900 rather. Lovely, so we got another pretty much 20 grand out of that. Well, that's actually not too bad. That has worked out rather well for us. Now, the next thing we are going to do, which I was potentially going to do next time, but I think we'll get started this time since we are here. And we're at the point where we were going to do it anyway. So what we shall be doing next is I'm going to drop off some of this equipment, the trailer and whatnot, forestry grab and such, up here, and then I shall meet you down at the shop where we are picking up 2 new bits of equipment, which we are actually buying since we've got a little bit of cash in hand now. Okay, we are down at the store now, and what we are going to purchase today to help us along with our job Let's run in here quick. We are going to get two things. One is going to be a stone picker. Yes, we are going to get this lizard stone picker. The old lizard stone picker there, and we are going to set it to lovely John Deere colours, because why not? Let's spend a bit of money on it. Excellent. Now that is a sort of a high tip thing, so we can tilt it a bit on the 3-point there, and then when we need to dump it, we can actually tip the whole sort of cage bucket thing out, which is lovely. So we're going to shove that on the front, and the other thing we are going to get for ourselves is a plough, because we got rid of that one that we'd rented. Now at some point we might get one of these discs, but specifically today, since we're not doing massive field work, we are going to get this little beastie, the John Deere 100 chisel, 3.7 meters of ploughing goodness. Oh yes. And that is a total of about 6 grand, 7 grand even we spent. Lovely. Okay, well, let's pick it all up and head back to the farm to get our field ploughed and stone picked as well. I figured since we've now got a tractor with a front 3-point, we are more than equipped to get the get the front stone picker. Don't you? Oh, you! Oh, I knew you were going to do that. I almost said a rude word there. But yes, so yeah, we since we've got the front 3-point on this tractor now, we can definitely use that, which is absolutely brilliant, and it's a bit cheaper, I think, possibly than the skid steer one, but certainly we should be able to use it a bit better anyway. But yeah, so back to the farm we go. Here we are back at the farm now, and is that a piece of wood that I'd left there? Possibly, let me check. Hope the train doesn't come. Yep, that's a little bit of wood that I'd evidently missed, forgotten to put in the thing. Let me run it down to the wood chipper quick, just fling it in there. There's not going to be much come out of it, but... Oh, we did take a few dead trees down here as well. I can't remember if I showed that or not, but yeah, we just dragged them down. There's only 2 or 3, but it all adds up. There we go, 35 litres, it flashed up so quick. But yes, let's get back to the tractor and get some ploughing going on, because we have an exciting new field to make. So I think if we start from about here, turn on create fields and lower it down, and off we go. And this is going to rip it up nicely. Like I say, I know it's only just under 4 meters, and the other one would probably have got this done a bit quicker, but for the sake of not overdoing it with massively large equipment, I figure this should be quite good for us. And I'm being mindful of the size and shape of the header, so hopefully, I mean, the header on the harvester that we're looking at getting isn't going to be massively wide, so hopefully it shouldn't have too much of an issue with this sort of undulating field, as it were. But either way, we will figure it out. Come on, tractor. Lovely. Fantastic. Down here we go. Careful not to go too close to the path. And here we are, back where we started. Make that a nice little curved area. Lovely. Okay. It doesn't look like it's pulling up too words even filled in. It doesn't look like we are pulling up too many large stones, so that's good. And we'll probably go over a fair amount of this stuff that the forestry mulcher did for us as well. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Mostly it's just making sure we don't have any extra stumps here, and I'll tidy up that little bit down there as well. But yeah, so this is what our new field is going to be, or where it is going to be. And I was thinking too, we may even cross over onto that side of the stream as well, because we can always put in a little bridge. I have something in mind for that. Get a little bridge going over the stream there, so the old harvester can just drive straight across into the next zone, so to speak. But we shall see about that in the future. For now, we just need to get this made so we can get it scanned and limed and seeded and everything. Hopefully by mid-November, I think, because our other field will be coming up in November. So if we can get this finished off in August and ready to go, we can at least harvest that and then repurpose both fields at the same time, which will be jolly nice indeed. So yeah, I'm going to continue on ploughing up this side of a hill, and we'll get all these stones picked up and everything. And yeah, that I think is where we are going to end it. So on that note, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, do please give us a like, and consider hitting the old subscribe button there too if you have not already. And comments are always welcomed, and if you would like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And on that note, I shall bid you all farewell, and I hope we'll see you again next time as we continue on with this what the forestry pioneering experiment thing that we're doing, proving that you can farm on a logging map. Oh yes. Cheerio everyone.